Well, welcome to this episode of Sooner Legends Podcast. I'm your host, Mike the Legend. And if you're new to the channel, new to the family, hit that first, wipe your feet, hit that red subscriber button, give me a like, give me a comment, smash that notification bell so you won't miss any of this stuff me and Coach Ricks is going to be talking about. And today we are going to be discussing the upcoming national championship between Ohio State and Notre Dame. Welcome in my partner in crime, Coach Ricks. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing, bud?
Man, I told you earlier today I had an abscess tooth pop, and brother, let me tell you what. Ooh, I'm glad it popped because that's the worst hurt I've ever had in my life. And
Oh man, it'll be all
but
right.
I'm
It'll be
doing
all right.
good. Coach, I'm
It'll
going
be
to
all
jump
right.
right in here, and I'm going to say that this game between Ohio State and Notre Dame for the national championship, this, like I've got it titled Epic Showdown, this is a pretty long rivalry, if you will, and I'm excited for this game.
Oh man, this is going to be a game, man, that everybody's been waiting on. First time ever that there is no SEC uh,
Yep.
representing team in the championship game. Um, we'll see how far that goes in the upcoming future and everything of an SEC team being left out. But no, man, this is going to be a great epic matchup, man. Ohio State versus Notre Dame, man. I mean, everyone has always we had a clue that it might be Ohio State after
Mm-hmm.
the beat down that they did on Oregon.
Yep.
But man, to that game they played against Texas, man, that was a good game, man. I mean, Texas made a
That
few
was.
mistakes. Texas made a few mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but at the same point in time and everything, man, you got to give the credit and everything to Ohio State, man. On the 2 yard line, man, pushing, excuse me, 1 yard line, pushing them out, extending the drive, and then the next play and everything, man. You get a fumble recovery, turn for a touchdown, man. That's still the ball game, man. So
Yeah,
got
yeah, that was Quinn Years' former roommate.
hey, he gonna hate that one.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, Coach, uh I've been thinking about this all day, and here's my 2 cents.
Okay.
I think in this game, the one who wins is which coach and which team is the most hungry. Because this is going to be a chess match, no doubt, between Ryan Day and Marcus Freeman, and believe me, these guys have coached ever since both of them got their loss, which Notre Dame lost to Illinois State or somebody early in the season, and then Ryan Day losing to Michigan. These Each team has played like they have been, their hair has been on fire, and I just feel that it's going to come down to not making any, not keeping mistakes at a very minimum,
Yeah.
and which and like I said, which coach and which team is the hungriest.
Well, everyone is picking Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we I tried to sit here and do some notes and everything, and try to figure out who had the toughest schedule to get to the championship game. And you can look at Penn State. Penn State had to go through. Excuse me, not Penn State. Notre Dame had to go through Indiana,
Mm-hmm.
had to go through Georgia
Mm-hmm.
and Penn State.
Yeah.
But then you look on the other side of the bridge, and you got Ohio State beat the brakes off Tennessee 42-17, beat the brakes off Oregon 41-21, had that epic game against Texas
Mm-hmm.
28-14.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking at it like that, I think that Ohio State had the toughest road to the championship game.
I
I mean, Indiana, Indiana pretty much solidifies that Notre Dame had an easier way to it,
mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Coach. And but I'm not taking anything away from both coaches, Marcus Freeman and Ryan Day. I mean, you know, Ryan Day has pretty much, to me, acted like he was coaching for his job after that loss to Michigan.
Yeah. Hold on right quick. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Someone just trying to put out fires at work.
I got you. But you know, this game takes me back to when I was a kid in the 70s. You know, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Michigan. You know, all them teams that did. This is, to me, it's 1970s 2.0 in this national championship.
You going back that far, huh?
I'm going. Well, that's when I started watching football, Coach. And
Well, who do you think is going to be the team that's ready? Do you feel like Ohio State has too many weapons? Uh,
boy, I tell you what, Coach, you can flip a coin on that, but I would say yes, because them receivers that
Jeremiah Smith and everything.
Jeremiah,
He had a trouble game, so you know he's going to look to come
yeah,
back the next game and shine because you can't keep a 5-star receiver with one catch for 3 yards down 2 games in a row.
yeah, and Will Howard, you know, let I I give it up to Will Howard. He's playing. He showed his moxie through the playoffs, and but on the flip of a coin, look what Marcus Freeman has done at Notre Dame. I mean, you know,
No
so
one's giving them a chance, man. Like I said, ever since they lost to Northern Illinois, everybody's always had that game scheduled and circled. How can you lose to Northern Illinois and still be in the championship game? Well, you still have to win the games after that, and they have
yeah,
done that.
they
They've won
have.
the games, and let's not sit here and say that they had an easy road. I mean, I know that we can sit here and say Indiana and all this, but you beat Georgia, and not just
Yeah.
beat Georgia. You out physical. Excuse me. You manhandled Georgia. You out physical them.
Mm-hmm.
You out executed them.
You did.
You played smarter. So when you go in there and you beat Georgia, who most of us, which myself included, had
Myself.
them winning the championship game.
Mm-hmm.
So and then you beat Penn State. Now Penn State, man, that was a good game, man. That was a
That was.
real good game. I think too many bad plays, too many turnovers that were unprecedented for these two teams and everything, man. But the better team won.
Yeah. Would you say, Coach, like in the Penn, I'll give two examples in the Penn State and the Texas game.
Okay.
Would you say that the two coaches at the respective schools lost that game because they got in their own way?
Referring to who?
Referring to Sark and the Penn State coach.
No, I think Penn State did exactly what they're supposed to do. Um, they just took the foot off the brake. The first half, man, they had Notre Dame handcuffed. And then
Yeah.
somehow, some way, like most coaches, they try to get cute and change
Mm-hmm.
something that's been working the first few quarters, and now you're in a dogfight. And
Mm-hmm.
once you get in a dogfight, man, it's a whole new. I mean, Notre Dame they had like what, 15, 16 total rushing yards the first half, and then they came out the second half and had over 150.
Mm-hmm.
What they did the second half is what many of us hope that OU can learn how to do is the first half, take everything that you got, analyze it, and the second half come out with something better than what you did the first half.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Penn State did. But yeah, James Franklin, man, he just cannot win the big games. As Tony Cowboy said, he's 1-18 versus top 5 teams.
Yeah. You talking about the
I
head
mean,
coach for Penn State?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
James Franklin and everything. He cannot win the big game, regardless
Mm-mm.
of how good his team is, regardless of, excuse me, uh, what angle he goes at it. He just cannot win the big game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
I,
Sark, we said this a few nights ago, is that they are great from the 20-yard line to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and then after that, it's
Once they
just
get in the red zone, they try to get cute. They try to get finesse. They try to do a lot of finesse plays. And when you got a team, man, that is a physical team, and that's one thing about the Big Ten, there are some physical teams there.
hmm
Just smash mouth the ball in. I mean,
yeah,
the old saying is once you get in the red zone, you should be able to push the ball in by running the ball. That's one thing Texas can't do yet.
hmm
So,
exactly.
so I say Texas, yeah, maybe them, but I don't say that to Penn State. I think Penn State, man, just ran out of time. That costly turnover in the last play, they gave Notre Dame the ball back at the 30 or 40-yard line. That hurt.
hmm
That pretty much sealed the game for them.
Yeah, and I think I heard you say something like in that Texas game that bootleg left or right, or just follow the center.
Yeah. Well, if like Boom said, Sark tossed the ball back. Well, not on the 10-yard line, but you can't be on the 1-yard line. And back in the day when I was playing, they used to call that 38 sweep and 48 sweep. You
hmm
cannot do that on the 1-yard line.
No,
That's 22 dive, 33 dive.
right.
Off the left ass cheek of your right guard, off the right ass cheek off your left right guard. That's all that is. But when you start to drag the play out lateral, that's when you get in trouble.
Yeah.
Pound that ball in north and south, and let that be it.
Ohio State champs. Yeah, I tip my cap to you, brother.
Hey man, no, look, man, y'all took care of Texas,
hmm
and Texas did play well. I think, man, a lot of people were saying if Arch Manning would have played, they would have won. And like, my response to that is, if was a fifth, we all be drunk.
Yep. Exactly.
We can sit here and say what could have happened, what should have happened, what would have happened if he'd have been in. That one hit he took when he did get the first down, that looked pretty vicious hit to where he fumbled the ball once his knees hit the ground. So
Yeah.
we don't know what could have happened once if Arch would have been playing. We don't know.
And I tell you what, Ohio State's defense, boy, wow. I'm I'm a little impressed with not little. I mean, I'm impressed with them, coach.
Well, they have the number one defense in the nation for a
hmm
reason.
Yeah.
So um, here's the thing: I don't know if they're going to try and stop the run because Notre Dame two-headed monster and everything, man. But when you got Jeremiah Love and everything back there, man, you gonna have to put your big boy jeans on to get that big boy down, man, because he a beast. But then when you go on the other side, you got Travion Henderson,
hmm
speedster, that if you let him see some sunlight, he gone. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a good matchup, man. A real good matchup. I'm really looking forward to seeing it because if you look at the stats, 17 million people watched the Notre Dame Penn State game.
Yep.
17 million. Can you imagine how many is going to watch the game between Ohio State and Notre Dame?
Boy, they gonna be viewing like a mug.
They
Ooh.
call it the thugs versus the Catholics. Not me.
Not
That's somebody.
me.
I read a podcast. I mean, somebody said in their podcast, the thugs versus the Christians, and I'm like, okay, or excuse me, the Catholics. I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm glad y'all said it because if I would have
Oh,
said it, man, I would have got you.
oh boy, I'd have been taken out to the woodshed.
Hey, boom. Quinn was a deer in headlights. Sawyer destroyed that tackle. Well, here's the thing. Why would you call that damn play? Why would Sark call that play? They just blew it up. So you know that they're blitzing because they're not going to sit back there because when they don't blitz, viewers just picks them apart. So I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see and everything, man. What's going to happen? But I don't think that Sawyer and everything did anything special. That tackle just didn't know that he was going to do a speed blitz on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
The play before, he went inside, so he had one foot inside and he went outside, and that's what happened.
Yeah, exactly. But I tell you what, this 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 playoff, uh,
Ooh, Ohio
what's that?
State champs, go hire the failed DC at Clemson and be happy when you're doing a head coach search next year. Oh, okay. You feel that way?
I guess he does.
You feel that way? I
I
mean,
don't. I
I
don't.
mean, look, Ohio State champs. I mean, let me put you on game since you guys in the championship. So I know you're feeling cocky. I know you're feeling good. Hey, and all props to you. But one thing, you guys just now got back relevant. Y'all were down for a while, and there was even talks about Ryan Day getting fired. So
Mm-hmm.
don't be up here patting your chest like you King Kong and everything, man, because you guys just got back to the dance.
Mm-hmm.
The last time y'all was here was 2014 in the championship game and everything. So let's just chill out a little bit and everything. I'm giving you guys props. Trust me,
Yeah. Oh
I'm
yeah, I
giving you
am too.
props because you knocked off Texas and you did us a favor.
Mm-hmm.
But to sit there and say by us hiring the DC from Clemson, which the last time those four people were together, hmm. Hey, when did us 2000? You are absolutely correct.
Absolutely correct.
Look, not trying to sit here and compare apples to oranges. All I'm saying is, ever since Urban Meyer left,
Yep.
y'all been like us at home watching the ball games just like us. So
Yep.
we can sit here and do this back and forth about who did what, who did this and did that. But Oklahoma has a win in this program since 2000. So if we can sit here and do that, you can sit here and say one more stat. I can say one more stat. It ain't getting us nowhere. I'm showing you love and everything, and you trying to shoot shots at me, and I have no idea why.
No, because we're sitting here giving Ohio State all the props in the world. I mean, you know, we ain't said one bad thing about Ohio State.
I never
And
have and never will because they have a lot of great guys there, man. I'm not shooting no shots at nobody.
no, um, but to say that Goodwin was a failed DC at Clemson, well, let's remember he was under BV when BV was there, and when they had the good defense, and when BV was gone, what happened, Coach? You know more about this than me.
Well, here's the thing: is that you can't ask a defensive coordinator, man, to just like this. Okay, let's say and everything, man, that we're going to play basketball, and you have an NBA team. I gotta go pick up guys at the YMCA. Who gonna win?
Exactly.
Dabo wanted the YMCA guys, and all the other colleges and everything wanted the NBA players. They were going to go and paying for these guys to come in the portal. So you can't ask a coach, a defensive coordinator, to coach high school kids when they're playing against guys that's been in the program and been in college 2 or 3 years that have had the nutrition, the weightlifting, and
Mm-hmm.
everything else. So it's a disadvantage. So it wasn't really on Wes Goodwin. That was Dabo's fault.
Yeah, and Ohio State champs, I can't back off of those because I'm not affiliated with the program at all. So whatever
It's
happens,
just a
that
rumor.
is,
It's just a rumor. It's all is a rumor. We don't know. We
we
don't
don't
know.
know.
Nobody is saying him saying for sure that he's coming. All we know is he has ties to Oklahoma.
Yeah,
I
his
believe
fiance
I believe his family's from Oklahoma.
Weatherford.
Okay. And from what we're hearing, and even someone that was another OU fan, I mean excuse me, Ohio State fan. I didn't know that him and Larry Johnson hated each other. They can't stand each other because Larry Johnson wants a different defense call. Jim Knowles is calling another one.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have all these things added up to where you and your defensive line coach are not getting along, and
Yeah,
you have an opportunity to go back home and coach, why wouldn't you take that?
yeah. And don't
That's
think
all we're
Ben
saying.
Art, boy, don't you know Ben Arbuckle? You know his wife being being from Oklahoma. That him calling the plays for OU now, that's going to be whether that's going to determine whether he sleeps in the bedroom or sleeps on the couch.
Well, that was one of the main reasons why I didn't take the job at Elon. They wanted me to come there and coach, but I couldn't bring my family. I'm not doing that. Why would I want to go coach somewhere and get back into that grind and my family can't go?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
see Jim knows is like what 10, 12 hours away.
Yeah.
I would only be 2 or 3 hours away. I'm not doing that. So this man has done this without his family being there, man. That is a hard thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. But whoever becomes the defensive coordinator at Oklahoma, I'll be happy. If it's Brandon Hall, Goodwin, whoever, I'll be happy.
Yeah, Nose does run. He runs a slight variation of BV scheme, and but here's the thing: you have two great defensive minds in the same room.
Exactly.
In the same room, and then you're telling me that within 8 months we can't get a collective defense together that can be in the top 20 or top 30. I beg to differ.
Exactly.
Plus
And
you
then
got plus you got senior leadership back at OU.
exactly.
That's a real big difference.
Mm-hmm. Boy, did you see G Baby's coming back?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys coming back, man. Like I said, when you love the program, but when you love the guy that's running the program, that's a different thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'll
I
tell
think
you what.
yeah, go ahead.
Do what? Go ahead. Go ahead,
Oh,
Coach.
you got it. You got it. You got it.
I think people can sit here and say that I don't know what in the world I'm talking about, but when I look at the defense that's going to be presented to us this next season, I think we're going to be better this year than we was, or this coming season than we was the last season. That's
Here's
in my opinion.
here's the thing why you can look at it that way. If it wasn't Knowles, why hasn't it been announced yet?
Exactly.
The longer this goes, the more it does look like he's coming to Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Because I already think that Wes Goodwin is going to come there. I think he's going to be the linebackers coach
Mm-hmm.
because they do really want to put. I mean, all points are pointing to that way that he wants to be reunited with BV,
Mm-hmm.
Miguel Chavis, and Bates. He wants to be reunited with those guys. So you had that four-headed monster back together again, and then you
Oh
also
yeah.
bring in Jim Knowles. So now you got three defensive-minded guys in the room.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So the
And
defense
don't
was never the problem this year anyway.
no.
Legend. It
No.
was just they were on the field for a long period of time.
Yeah, that's what people don't get is coach, you've coached whether at the high school or college level. Football is football, and when your offense stays on the field, uh, over 50% of the, I'll even say 30 to 40% of the time, your defense, your body's going to be tired. That's just human nature, and that's what happened to OU this year. But they still played great on defense. I mean, they never did give up. There wasn't no give up in these guys, coach.
No, but everyone wants to use analytics to
Yeah.
specify and back up their statement. But when it comes to this statement, they want to jump ship. I feel like if you're on the field, Oklahoma's average time on the field the year before when we had Jeff Levy. All right. The biggest problem was the defense isn't there yet. The
Yeah.
offense was still putting up 40 and 50 points.
Exactly.
And what happened? We went 10-3.
Yeah.
All right. We had a good quarterback. We had a good
Mm-hmm.
scheme. We had a good quarterback, a good scheme. We have all of our receivers because no one really got hurt on the offensive side, receiver wise, except for the game against Texas. Andrell Anthony, Andrell went down and I think he broke his leg or dislocated it, tore ACL. That was the only guy that got hurt, and we still
Right.
went 10-3. Well, look what we got coming back this year. We got almost everybody coming back on
Right.
the offensive side, except for the guys that transferred out.
Right.
Great receivers coming in, running
Great
back room,
quarterback.
great quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks. Yes.
Because don't get it wrong, don't get it twisted. Michael Hawkins is going to be a little bit better too, because
He
that's
is.
another year in the system.
He is. And you know what? I still think that Ben Arbuckle, and I can't say his name, the quarterback coach that came with Arbuckle from Wazoo.
Oh, that's oh God, what's his name?
It's
I'll
got
get it. I'll get
uh
it for you right quick.
but I think that is a godsend to Mike Hawkins. You know?
Yeah. Let me see. QB coach. All right. Bear with me.
But Dwayne Johns, I I don't see us going 6-6 next season. I really don't.
No, I mean, look, man. The last time that we had anything like that was what 2015.
Something like that.
Oklahoma went 8-5.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that's when Bob Stoops and everything went out there and got Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. Here's the whole point about this whole thing with this record 6-6. When Oklahoma has a great offense, they win ball games.
Mm-hmm.
They had a terrible offense. And I mean, shit, I can't even I'm gonna say double terrible. And they still won 6 games.
Yeah.
So, man, look, I don't know what else to tell people and everything, but the guy's name was Ben begins his second season. I can't think of, they don't have his name up here. I don't know who it is.
I know it's hard. It's harder than all get out to pronounce because I have trouble with them kind of pronunciations.
I mean, that's there it is. Oklahoma also reportedly brought quarterbacks coach John Kosecki Kosiski. John Kukiski from Washington State. You got it?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that, man. Like I said, I just
it's
wanted to
okay.
find it out.
Because I won't be here in the next hour. I won't be able to pronounce his name anyway.
John Kuskiski.
Oh, I'll just call him him.
John Koski. This dude, John Koski. John Koski.
Yeah. Koski.
Yeah, Koski.
Oh, okay.
Well, look, a lot of guys, man, a lot of teams are taking shots at Oklahoma, and they should. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm an OU fan. I'm going to defend them until I can't defend them no more. But something has to be said when you go 6-6. And you got to look at it from a different point of view. Everybody keeps saying, well, it's BV. But no one wants to admit what this guy's going through, what he's been through, what happened to the program, him hiring somebody that he did not want to hire.
Mm-hmm.
So, look, man, no other program has went through what Oklahoma has went through this year and has lived to talk about it. So,
Rhyme lemon. Mike is going to be in here next season smiling like the Cheshire Cat, saying that he told you so and talking about that stringer of blue cat he caught during the week. Only the cat will smell fishy.
Hey, there you go. Look, everybody, look, if we can really be honest, if we say we are football fans and we know football, and we can sit here and watch all these teams play right now and put it to you just like this. And healthy OU, a healthy OU with Ben Arbuckle, John Mateer, and all the weapons they have this year. You mean tell me and everything, man, that they're going to go into games fearing people? There was games before the game even started, Mike. We was already talking about how we going to score points.
Yeah,
because we already knew it was an issue with scoring points. It was an
Hmm.
issue with the OC. It was an issue with uh, uh, damn brain fart. Jackson Arnold
Yeah.
being a
Oh,
quarterback. So all those things have been removed. So now we got a new OC, we got a new quarterback, and we got Michael Hawkins. We got the running back that we should have had in the beginning of the season. He's ready to go for next year. We got all these weapons on the all. Don't you know, man, that we have a total of 13 offensive linemen and
dang.
trying to get one more to come in. We got 13 offensive linemen
Wow.
that have all seen time last year because we played checkerboard. This guy goes in, this guy comes out. This guy goes in, this guy comes out. So now we got 13 guys that has had at least 4 or 5 snaps or 4 or 5 games that they've been in that have valuable playing time. They're going to be ready for next year.
Yeah, exactly. And I tell you what, next year, this coming up season, this is where you're going to see Bill Bedenbow earning his money.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, Dwayne. Dwayne. Yeah, he did not want to hire
Mm-mm.
Seth. Oh hell no.
That was a Joe. That was strictly Joe C. If I remember right. Am I right, Coach?
He did that. He
Yeah.
the board of regents and him thought it would be a better, just be simpler to bring him in. He's already on the staff. He's already on the payroll and everything. You don't have to invest money in going out and finding an OC search. So they felt like he's already called. He was already head coach and OC at North Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So why not let him come in here and do this? Little did we know is that he lied
Oh,
on his resume.
yeah.
He lied on his resume. He might have coached, but he ain't called a damn play of his life.
Yeah.
So yes, Ron Living, we have a proven OC. Look, now you can look at any game that Arbuckle called, from West Kentucky to Washington State. One thing you can say and one thing you can see, he loves to score freaking points.
Yeah.
He just don't have no damn defense to back it up. Well, he got a
Mm-mm.
defense now.
He got a defense. And that's why to me, that's why Arbuckle lost them 2 or 3 games. He lost to Wyoming, and who else was Wazoo didn't have a defense to speak of.
Well, you when you're an OC, you still have to do what the coaches say. The coach
Yeah,
say,
exactly. Exactly.
and but at the same point in time, I'm thinking right now, man, the more guys that get around BV, bringing in Wes Goodwin, that's going to help him more. That's going to be a valuable instrument to have on the
Mm-hmm.
defense. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
to add that guy, because Miguel Chavis has been killing it.
Oh God.
Bates has been killing it.
Yes.
Then you B Hall's been killing it. Jay
Jay
Live's
Live
been killing it.
doing it.
So now you bring in another top notch recruiter. See, no one wants to say this, but I'll tell you, Wes Goodwin was the #1 recruiting in the ACC,
Mm-hmm.
and you just let him go to Oklahoma to be an analyst or whatever, whatever. Trust me, it's going to benefit Oklahoma in the long run.
Hey, Coach, has BV addressed the medical staff debacle?
He really hasn't, but I think bringing in, when you bring in the new regime that they're trying to bring in, the new GMs type style in the NFL, that will be handled by the GM.
Mm-hmm.
The GM will be the one that will be overseeing the facility and things like that, strength and conditioning. I think the way they did it at Clemson was the general manager was over nutrition. God, I want to say conditioning and sports medicine and some other things. So the GM is going to be the one that's going to be evaluating if they bring in a new medical staff or not.
Yeah.
And I
Ryman
believe
Lynn.
it, and I believe that GM is going to be didn't that job go to God, brain fart again.
I can't remember,
A
Coach.
former OU player. It went to God
Curtis Lofton.
Curtis Lofton. Yes, Curtis Lofton is going to be the new GM for Oklahoma. So he is great and well known in the community. He's also well known in NFL. So I'm pretty sure that he will get with the staff because I'm pretty sure that's been an issue.
Mm-hmm.
No one want to talk about it, but that has been an issue for Oklahoma. Some people have said that is the reason why we lost some of the top recruits, receivers that we've lost due to the medical staff not diagnosing gentlemen, not diagnosing the athletes right, or saying or not getting a second or third opinion. But that's just hearsay. We really don't know.
Right.
We really don't know, and I don't want to get into that because I don't know.
I don't know either. I really don't. When it comes to that higher up stuff, I stay away from that.
Well, here's the thing: people don't understand. The medical staff does not. It it's not linked to Oklahoma. It's a third party company.
Mm-hmm.
And see, so when the reason why they do that, I don't know why. I don't know if people understand the reason why they do that. So it's mainly for the athletes. Mainly for the athletes. I want to say just for his safety, because if you have an alumni that's on the medical staff, he's looking out for Oklahoma.
Right.
He wants Oklahoma to win. So if this young man has been diagnosed with a hairline fracture and he shouldn't go in, he might say, "Well, it's a low ankle sprain versus a high ankle sprain, and
Right.
so let's just tape it up and go." Well, you're putting that young man's health and well being in jeopardy. So
Mm-hmm.
you hire a third party company and have them come in to evaluate these guys. So there is no, I don't want to say, there's nothing that Oklahoma can do when the medical staff say, "Hey, he's in concussion protocol. He cannot go back out there."
Yeah,
So hopefully
that's
that
true.
makes sense. Hopefully that makes
It,
sense to people and everything, so they'll
ma-
understand that.
well, has some of our players been? I've seen that some of our players has been arriving at campus. Giovanni Gibson and I think most of the wide
Yeah,
receiver corps got there yesterday,
yeah,
and
yeah.
so
From what I know, he's there and everything. Got settled in and everything over the weekend, getting ready for Monday.
ah, welcome in Garrett Boulware. Our buddy Garrett's in.
What's going on, Garrett? What's going on, big dog?
Coach, did you get my text for?
Yeah, I got
Oh,
that. Hey, Garrett. You said that your wife wanted one. Put in the comments again. What's the size? Because
small.
I gotta do a special order for tomorrow because there's some more people on this end that want some. I'm gonna do a big old order.
I
So
can
just
tell
let
you
me
right
know.
now, Coach.
Yeah,
I can because
small. He said it small, small. I'm gonna
yeah,
write it down,
small.
small. And don't worry about paying for that, Garrett. I got you, but the
Yeah,
big
we take
don
care of you.
with the
We
big
take.
donation that he did for me and everything, doing that camp and everything, man. He has some credit.
Yeah.
He has some credit earned up in me and everything. So yeah, no big deal, man. I appreciate you, man. Everything that you've done for these
Yes.
young kids and everything, man. That means a lot more to me. So, what's a $40 shirt?
Yeah. What? Yeah. Big salute there, Garrett. Garrett, are you watching from your phone or from a laptop? Because Garrett's having a hard time becoming a member of my channel, and we've been trying to come up with every way under the sun. If you're watching from the phone, you can go down to the comment bar, right, and there's a dollar sign right there next to it. I think. Uh, I'm new to this.
Hey,
Hey,
also
Garrett.
too, man. Y'all hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. Run
Yeah,
that
hit
like button
that.
up, man.
Yeah, run the. Yeah,
We're deep
Garrett.
in here.
Um, look. Since you're on your phone, down where you can post a comment, next on the right hand side, it should show a dollar sign, and if you tap on that dollar sign, uh, it can it'll take you to a membership or a super chat or something like that. But anyway, so getting back to the national champion,
Nose hairs
Ryan.
problem. Damn. He's shooting shots.
Oh, Ryman Lemon's my buddy.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, like I said, this national championship game, it's got me excited, even though my Sooners ain't in there. This is going to be an old school matchup. Uh, I'm just like I was alluding to at the first of the video. It's going to come down who's the hungriest and who plays chess and who's going to play checkers.
Where's the game at? Where's the
It's
game at?
it's at Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
I think, man, that if both teams come in and execute the way it's supposed to, man, it will be a tight game. But Notre Dame cannot come out stagnant like they did last game
No,
against Penn State, because if they do that, it'll be over with before halftime.
yeah, especially with
Because
them. Oh, let me.
one thing that Ryan Day and Chip Kelly don't do is not score points.
Yeah.
Score points. But they're gonna make an emphasis to get Jeremiah Smith involved, because
Mm-hmm.
having one catch the whole game, I know that burned his butt.
Oh, it did. It did.
So we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see how it goes and everything, man. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the game and everything, man. Hopefully, what is it? It's going to be on the 20th, so it's 8 days from today.
Mm-hmm. Eight days
So
from today.
it'll be next Tuesday. I mean, excuse me,
Next
next
Monday.
Monday.
Next Monday.
Next Monday.
Yep.
How about that? We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, if y'all can, man, please hit the like button, man. Run it up and everything, man. Support your boy, man, Mike Legend, man. We need to get him some more likes, man, some more subscribers and everything, man. Keep it going.
Now we need to get you up there, Coach. I mean,
Oh, I'll get there,
I'm
man. Look, how long you been going? How long you been doing this?
a little over a year.
A little over a year. I've been going
Mhm.
5 months. 5 months, and I'm at 250 or 260 something. So I'm getting there.
You are. I
So
mean, you're kicking with grease. I'm at last time I checked, I'm at 747 subs now. So
it's just, man, that when you
I
when
mean,
you know when you know football, it's easy to talk about football. I mean,
mm-hmm.
that's just keeping it real. It's easy to talk about
Yep.
football when you know it. And I guess, the reason why my channel has taken off so well and everything, man, is that when you break down the X's and O's for some people, and
Mm-hmm.
I make fun about the left cheek and right cheek, but that's a real thing. If you go off the left
Mm-hmm.
tackle outside his left ass cheek, or the left guard, if that left tackle is pushing his guy out, a speed rush on the outside, and then you go off the left ass cheek of the left tackle, I mean the left guard, there's nobody there.
That's all
And
right.
about time that linebacker gets there, there's so many big bodies. He's hid behind those guys that you could hit that hole and be gone. So a lot of folks, man, they was laughing about that, man, but I was being serious, man.
I know.
I tell my guys, you aim for the left ass cheek or right ass cheek, and you hit it. And when you hit it, if you got to, tap him on the ass and say, Get out of my way."
Get out of my way, boy.
That's all it is and everything, man. So
What's
what's
up,
up,
T Boomer?
T Boomer? What's going on, big dog?
Duke Silver Spoon in. Or Duke Silver Sooner. Duke Silver Sooner and T Boomer. Two of my other guys. Boy, they show up, and when they show up,
Rhyming lemon. It's funny, but it's true. The best and funniest things in life are true. Hey,
yep.
man, look, I keep it simple, because when you coach middle school and high school kids, man, and that's where I like to always stay. Everybody say, "Well, coach, why don't you go to college?" I could have, but once you get in high school, man, you can really affect change.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Teach right techniques.
Yeah.
Teach young men that just because, and said the same thing yesterday. Just because you good don't mean that you can't get better. And
Exactly.
this one kid was talking about, well, I got this many scholarships and I'm this and this. Okay. And I tell them the truth. Yes, you are a great player, great scholarships, great everything, but you are a terrible person. What, coach? You are a terrible coach. You're a terrible person. And his dad looked at me and started laughing, because he knew I was joking. And he was, well, coach, why would you say that? I said, because if there's knowledge that you have that you can share with your teammates, you won't do it
Mm-hmm.
because you want to be the only one shining.
Mm-hmm.
He said, Coach, yeah, you're right. So keep it simple. Dad was
And
like,
one,
I'm glad you told him because if I told him, he'd have got mad at me. But by you telling him, he'll listen.
yeah.
So
Well, one, you've been a blessing to my channel, Coach, because having since I've met you and you coming on my show and me coming on your show, I have learned so much about X's and O's from you. You know, because in my early days, I mean, I don't want people to think that I know football because I've watched it all of my life. But when you start talking X's and O's and Jimmys and Joes,
yeah,
I couldn't talk the talk like Jay from Unfair Sports or Jason
yeah,
or these guys. And I felt I was lagging, but having you, that's why I always ask you to come on with me because,
yeah.
you know, you can talk the language better than I can. I'm just a redneck with a podcast.
No, man, you just someone, man, that loves Oklahoma, man, and they got on the podcast. Never sell yourself short. I told somebody yesterday and everything, man, just because you don't know don't mean that you're not special. It just means that you don't know. Uh, I've been blessed and everything, man, to be in a room with a bunch of people, man, that are very intelligent, and I'm a sponge. If I'm in a room with people and everything, man, and they're talking about certain things and certain routes, and that guy was here, they're in a cover two with a mixed backside blitz,
Mhm.
or they're in a disc, you started to like, okay, does that make sense? And then you go and you look at it and it makes sense. So being a
Mhm.
coach, man, you have to make sure that everyone gets the message. Everybody doesn't understand how the message is interpreted, but as long as you got the
Right.
message. So I have to figure out a way to make sure everybody gets that message. There are some kids, man, that go to the 7-on-7s. There's some kids, man, who don't. There's some kids that know what a non-technique is. There's some kids that know what blitzing the A and B gap is. There's some people that don't know what a bull rush is. There's some people that don't know
Mhm.
what a backside blitz is. Don't know what cover two is, cover one. So you got to break all this down for people. And I might got to say it 14 times, but it's okay because if I say it 14 times and all 14 kids got it, that's good. If I say it one time and 9 kids get it and the other 5 don't get it, we got a problem.
Mhm.
So I don't mind saying it that many times.
Uh, I tell you what, Coach, I've said this several times on my podcast. I wished I could take this technology back to when I was 15, 16 years old because I wish you could have met me back then when I was that young. Dude, I could break down a wishbone offense like a coach or a 5-2 defense. I mean, daddy used to when his buddies from work who were OU fans, they Mike break the game down for the guys, and I tell them how to run the wishbone 5-2 defense. That's what that was the staple of Oklahoma. But you got to remember that the 5-2 defense don't work anymore because it was a run heavy defense,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and more teams were running more back then.
Well,
So
that's
I
why I'm sorry. That's why what's the name defense didn't work. Mike Stoops.
yeah.
That's why his defense became irrelevant. Excuse me, irrelevant. He tried to run the same old defense he ran back in the early 2000s. Everything has evolved.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, a 4-2-5 and everything was what most people ran back in the
Mm-hmm.
day. Was
Yeah.
a 4-2-5 and everything. They ran that back. No, yeah, 4-2-5, 4-2-5,
Didn't he
and then
also have a nickel package in that also?
nickel package in there. But then when Texas Tech, you always notice when Oklahoma plays someone like Iowa State, Kansas State, and all the other teams, they would do the base front 4-3-4.
Mm-hmm.
But then you play a team like Texas Tech, you got three down linemen, so it became a 3-3-5.
Right.
Because you got to put more D backs back there than you got linebackers and down linemen. So it's a strategy match. And so now everybody wants to be spread the field, spread the wealth. You got to have 3 great defensive linemen that can get pressure, and then the other three linebackers have to contain outside containment in the flats. Then the five D backs have to maintain all the receivers that are out there and be able to cover a zone and keep everything in front of you. So it was a real big difference.
Right, right. And but like I said, Coach, I mean, you've taught me about RPO, all of this stuff. I mean, for a darn near 60-year-old man, I mean, you've taught an old dog new tricks. So uh Garrett says just like the 335, it is situational, not a base D. Is this wrong?
It's not a base D. Base D is a base D, which most people don't understand. A base D is your 4-2-5. Four
Mm-hmm.
down linemen, two linebackers, and you got five. You got two. You got an outside corner, another outside corner. You got a strong safety. You have a free safety, and then as we want to call and everything, man, you have a flex, or as BB want to call it, a cheetah. You have a flex. Flex and everything can come down. Could come down and play linebacker. He can come down and help the run. He can help cover a tight end, or he can just stay rover and everything and just ship to wherever the side or be a spy on the quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
back
that's your
back in my day,
base.
back in my day, the Rover was the monster man.
Yeah, that was your Roy Williams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure was. Yeah, he was the precursor to Brent Venables Cheetah.
yeah. Look, man, getting the guy from Oklahoma State was
Mm.
is very very. That was a steal. That was a steal because he's 6'4", 230. He is your typical Isaiah Simmons and everything for Clemson. Michael, you froze. I think he froze and everything. I think he froze and everything. Uh, the smart screen play on bones. You. I think I put my book in your book. Okay. All right. I think Mike's froze and everything, man. So we're gonna try to run this. I don't have no control over his podcast and everything, but we're just gonna try to read some of these comments and everything, man, until he comes back in. Dwayne says, "What defense does Jim knows run?" He runs the same thing as BV. He runs either a 3-3-5 with a flex, or he runs a 4-2-5. A 4-2-5 and everything, which you bring down the one of the D backs and make him a cheetah. Coach, do you have your defensive play caller as a linebacker or a strong safety? I have him as a strong safety. Do you have your defensive play caller? I have my free. I make my strong safety the guy that calls the plays in. My linebackers and everything are always either blitzing the A and B gap or they have outside containment in the flat. So I have my strong safety come down and pretty much call the plays and have everybody moving into the direction they want them to go. Most times he's down either behind the Mike linebacker or the Will linebacker is where he's at. Mike froze, but at least it froze on a good picture of him. Ryan Lemon, you crazy. Yeah, that was a good question, man. Hey, ask him more questions, man. Until we get Mike back in here, man, to take over his own show. Let's ask some more questions and everything, man, because I want to come on here and help him and everything, man, and answer some of his questions and everything, man. But he jumped out for a few minutes. So keep the questions going, man, on what you guys want me to talk about until he gets back in here. As you can see, I got my Hall of Fame hat in. We try to always represent for the guys and everything, man. Me, Bishop, Legend, Jason, man. We try to keep everything, man, on the up and up, man, to support one another. I will be wearing my gear and shirts here in the next few days. I know some of you guys have been asking me, hey, coach, we haven't seen anything merch from you yet. I believe you got to be at 500 subscribers in order to sell merch. So until I get in, I'm just going to represent what I can And if you wanted to buy something from me and everything, man, I'll send you the link, and then you can order it and everything, or I'll order it for you, like I did Kimberly K's and Jason's and Bishop's and Garrett. All right, let's see what we got here. Which school do you coach at? Well, I did coach at Banks Trail High School and everything, but I retired just last season. I had a job offer and everything at a college, but I decided to turn that
I'm
job
back,
down.
coach.
There you go, man. I was like, hey, I can't control nothing. I can just try to sit here and just talk till you come back in and everything. So, all right. So you got it? All right. Hold on. Let me see what he said. I'm trying to answer some of these questions. Do you think our tight ends are
Can
just
you
for
hear me?
blocking this? Yeah. Can you hear me?
I'll be right back, coach. I'll be right back.
All right. All right. All right. Let me answer these questions. Do you think? I don't think that they're going to block this year. I think that Ben Arbuckle is a guy that he likes to spread the ball around. Now, this is going to be the first year that he's had two really good running backs, and then you bring in some more running backs in the freshman class. He's gonna have a few wrinkles. Everything that he's done at Washington State, he's done with pretty much 2 and 3 stars. He's never really had the 4 and 5 star guys. Even John Mateer and everything, man, was a 3 star. So he just came in and coached that guy up to a 4 star or 5 star level. So I think that Ben Arbuckle is going to spread the ball around, try to get everybody involved. Uh, Having Mitchell and everything, man, at tight end, and then also bringing in the other guys they brought him in from the portal. I think Oklahoma's going to, explode on some ball games, man, and surprise some folks this year. Do you picture Peyton Bowen making that same play and the halfback toss that Caleb Downs made in that game last night? I think so, but here's the thing to talk about Peyton Bowen. Peyton Bowen has played with Billy, and he's played alongside, well, mainly playing along Billy. He really is Billy's clone. So I can see Billy making that play. So if Billy can make that play, so can Peyton. I think Peyton can make that play coming down. But that play was coming down. OU's going to be a lot more free next year in the backfield because you pretty much return everybody on the defensive line except 1 or 2 guys. And the 2 guys that you're replacing, Ethan Downs and I think Dejon Terry, you're bringing in David Stone to take that one spot, and then you bringing in uh, the transfer from Florida State, Man Jr. So you're bringing in some guys, man, that's going to be aggressive and hungry. That want to come in and prove that they belong here. So I think it's going to be a great, great accomplishment next year for Oklahoma, man, to excel a little bit better than they did this year. All right. Coach, do you remember Cole Lamont when you was coaching at Broken? I never coached at Broken Arrow. My nephew coached there, and my cousin coaches there right now at Broken Arrow. We see the defense picking up. We see the starting position coaches keeping their jobs. We also see people still calling for Joe John Finley to be taken behind the woodshed. Any other major changes visible to you? I just think, man, that everybody wants DeMarco Murray's job to be taken from him. I want people to calm down on that because the offense was such a disarray that maybe DeMarco was just trying to help, and not having a real OC there to orchestrate how things are going to go. It might have put DeMarco at a disadvantage. So this is going to be the real year that we have an OC that knows what he wants, knows who he wants in there, what personnel, and how he's going to run things. Now, if DeMarco messed it up this year, I think DeMarco might be gone because you only get one lifeline in this game. If BV's on his life support, DeMarco should be on his. So I'm hoping that DeMarco changes everything around, man, because he is bringing in some great players and everything, man, to be running back. So I can't really say anything bad about him. Mike moved to his phone. He better keep us out of the bathroom. Some things can't be unseen. But you crazy. The shitter was full. Man, y'all crazy, man. Yes, RSJ. RSJ and Billy taught him a lot and everything. And with RSJ coming back, hopefully we have Gentry Williams. That's the key piece. If we have Gentry Williams back, Gentry and Eli Bowen can shut down the corners, then they'll be all right. So we gotta wait and see. Gotta wait and see and everything, man. Who does what and who's where. Jones, thank you, thank you. Jones is going to be Trey Ford is gone as well. So Ethan Downs, Dejon Terry, and Ford, they're gone. So those three gone, man. That's all that you lost and everything, man. But look what you gained. I think OU's going to be in a great position, man, to win a lot of ball games next year. I think he said R. Smith scored 36 points per game, number one in the SEC. OU will at 30-35. This is a 9-3, 10-2 squad. Oh, you mean Old Miss? Okay, that might be what he mean. Old Miss scored 36 points, number one in the SEC. OU will. Well, Oklahoma kept them under control until the defense just got freaking tired because the offense couldn't do anything. Coach Riggs, what's going on with the basketball team? Coach, they start strong but fall apart. Well, when you don't play your conference, when you start playing conference play, that is, and let's just be honest, the SEC is deep this year. Oh shit, the SEC is deep in basketball this year. So you got
Exactly.
Tennessee number one, Auburn number two. You got, I mean, excuse me, South Carolina number two, Auburn number no, Auburn number two, South Carolina is somewhere up there. Then you have Alabama up there. I mean, they just jumped into deep end. I mean, nothing you can do about that, man. They're going to get better. Playing in the SEC football was hard, but the basketball is even harder. They put a lot of
Mhm.
emphasis on sports in the SEC, and this is our first year in there. So give us time, man. I mean, you're talking about jumping into the pool with teams that been in there 12, 13, 14 years that have solidified themselves as being juggernauts. And now we just jump in there and say, okay, we're here. We might be here, but we're not ready to compete at the SEC level for the basketball. Now, softball is
Yeah.
different because Oklahoma has always played SEC teams in softball.
Yep.
And that's why the football team is good. They've always played SEC teams too. The basketball
Right.
team is the only one that has never really played a lot of SEC teams, basketball wise.
Right.
So they don't know what the level is. They thought they were there, but they just saw that the height is a little bit higher than where they are right now. But just give them time, man.
Mhm.
Everybody's so ready to fire people when they
Yeah.
don't do good. It takes time, man, because shit has changed. This NIL
Yeah.
ain't no joke. This
No.
NIL ain't no joke.
Mm-mm. I,
So
I was on the couple of days ago on the fire Moser train, but then I took a step back and kind of looked at it, and you know, give it, since this is our first year in the SEC,
yeah,
uh, we're gonna have to give it time.
yeah. Rhyme and Lemon. Coach, are you head coach, OC, DC? Where you coach? Well, when I first started, I was the defensive back coach. When I first started, I was a D back coach because that's what I played in college. Played D back. Then I transitioned from D back to a wide receiver because I played wide receiver in college. Then they was like, okay, we fired the OC. Can you call plays? Yes. Then I became an OC. Then a few years later, I became head coach, and then that was it. So yeah, everywhere I
Mhm.
went, I've been everything except a defensive coach, a defensive coordinator. I've been everything but a
Yeah.
defensive coordinator.
And Duke Silver Sooner wants to know if you coached in Oklahoma.
No, all of my coaching has always been in North Carolina, Charlotte, those areas. Now, when I did coach, I coached in Fort Smith, I coached in Jacksonville, but that was all travel ball. I coached all my girls' travel softball teams, travel basketball teams, AAUs. My daughter, which I digging in the box today, I found 19 of her worth. Is that hot dot softballs that she hit when we was over there in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, at the World Series. So
Oh wow.
yeah, girls there, and then I got my basketball over here that the girls sent me. To cut down the net when we won state twice, and they signed the basketball and all that kind of stuff, and they sent that to me and everything. So got a lot of things and everything that I have here that I just haven't put up on the wall because my wife don't want me to turn this into my man cave yet, but it's coming. It's
Uh,
coming. It's coming.
well, Coach,
Uh,
we've been going on a little over an hour. Before we jump up here, give me your prediction for Ohio State Notre Dame.
man, oh boy. Hold on, right quick. I'm gonna try to answer one more of these questions before I do that
Yeah,
because
go ahead.
I got to think about what I'm gonna say. Let me see if there's any more questions on here. I heard they are going to change the NIL this year. Yep. Uh, Good to know. So when you're running 21 power, do you hope for the D to play zone or man on you? When I call my plays, Lemon, I don't give a damn what the defense is in because if we run it the way we're supposed to run it, it's going to always be positive. I can't. I as an OC, I can't sit here and try to guess to be in the right formation as a defense. Now, what I can do is if I have a quarterback that is experienced enough that spent a lot of time with me, all my quarterbacks do. They pretty much live in my house because we're always on film. I put them in situations. Is that if you see this, you go to this. If you see this, you go to that. So they have free reign to do some things different than what the play calling is asking for. So if let's say I'm in a jet blue 31 dive fake backside blitz. Okay, what that is I let my quarterback know the backside blitz. The last thing I say is that's what I want you to be looking for because I can tell when a defensive back gonna blitz because I used to play it. So when I see him easing down and his eyes is not, this is a great way to say this, Legend. I'm gonna give you some more information.
Okay,
When you
go
have
ahead.
a D back that is
Okay.
looking at your quarterback consistently and is
Mm-hmm.
not looking at his man that he's guarding, that's a blitz.
Okay.
That's a blitz
Okay.
because you're always taught. Look at your wide receiver stance. Look at his fist. Is he squeezing it? Is he got his 1 foot pointed another way? Is he like anxious? Because I always watch running backs and wide receivers run out to their routes. If they jog out, the ball's not coming to them. If they run out full
I got you.
speed, they run out full speed, pretty much the ball coming to them. So I tell my quarterback what to look for, and pretty much it works sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. It's just to let him know, watch that backside blitz.
Yeah.
So hopefully that answered your question,
So
Lemon.
so a rule
Yeah,
so so a rule of thumb is if the defensive back has got his eyes locked and loaded on the quarterback,
yeah.
that's a
Well, here,
blitz.
yeah. Let me show Lemon this. He says, let me show Dwayne John this. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all all this. Look, this is what I got so far. I'm gonna turn this computer so y'all can see. This is my man cave. Okay. I'm gonna turn it around. This is my man cave. Hold on. Let me take this out before I break something. All right. I'm gonna turn it around. That's my TV. That's my trophy case thing down there. And then I keep going around. That's my hats. That's my stuff. So I pretty much got everything the way I want it for right now. So I still got a lot of work to do.
Nice, coach. Uh-oh. You're muted. You're muted, coach. Your mic's muted.
Sorry about that.
It's
Need
okay,
no
bro.
damn man cave down here. I mean, I want my damn man cave down here.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, but my wide receiver coach would ride herd on me if I jogged that route, fire off the line no matter what the play, then hit or not. I get body language gives away, but the wide receiver coach should be better on that. Well, that's what I meant. If I'm a defensive back and the wide receiver is jogging out there, the ball is not going to him. If he runs out there real fast and jumps and most times you pick up clues on certain people because it's
Mm-hmm.
characteristic, it's a habit. We had one
Yeah.
guy that whenever he got ready to run the ball, he would tighten his gloves up. So
Ah.
he would tighten his gloves up. So we already knew. So we would blitz the A and B
Ooh.
gaps and kill his ass every time. Yeah, I'm running the Roku on my TV and everything, man. I'm just I was watching the ball game, but I get if I'm watching TV doing a podcast, y'all won't like me because I'll be watching TV. Yeah, yeah, like a poker chill. Now, to answer your question, uh, hey man, I'm going to say this and I'm going to say it, and I'm not for sure, but I think Ohio State is going to win it. I think the score might be 35-24. I think 35-24, Ohio State. Oh, that reminds me.
I'm gonna say, yeah.
Oh, I forgot. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was forgot that I got to find out who won my shirt for the ball game. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I'm gonna say 35-28. 35-28. Ohio State.
35-28. All right. Hey, one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
All of you guys that's on Legend Show, if you're not subscribed to my channel, I'm gonna be very hurt. Very butt hurt.
Yeah, y'all get over and
Because man, look,
give Coach Trick some love.
I love doing this, man. And like I said, man, you guys are like family to me. And I love coming on here, man, the Mike show and everything, man. And he says that I come on here to teach him some things, man. But what he don't realize, man, I just come on here, man, to have fun because I love talking football. I love talking X's and O's. I love helping people that don't understand the game of football. And I like to help them understand it. And whatever I can say, whatever I can do to help someone understand football better, kudos to me because I love doing that. But if you ain't a subscriber to my show, I'm gonna be butthurt. I'm gonna be mad because it's all love. It's all love and
Yeah,
everything, man.
y'all get over and y'all get over and show Coach Rick some love. That you know, he he's oh
There you go.
oh
There you go,
Ryman
Lemon.
Lemon
There you go.
says that.
There you go. I'm not just subscribed to your channel. I have your channel bids announced in Hall of Fame's Discord when they drop. Y'all give our boys some love. Hey, I appreciate that. My butt hurt. Then your left cheek, man. Look, them Lemon. You know what, Lemon? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a special shirt, send it to your ass, and it's gonna say my left ass cheek hurts. My left ass cheek hurt and everything. I'm gonna give it to you and everything. What was the final score for Penn State and what was the final score between Penn State? Excuse me, Notre Dame. Excuse me, Texas and Ohio State. 35-28.
20, 28-14.
28. Okay, 28-14. All right. The winner is of the shirts is without going over. Okay. Without going over. Damn, chicken was close. Damn, David was close. Oh,
I went
uh,
over.
so far, man. Hey, it's between. Oh, he put Texas to win. Damn, T Boomer, you were close, but you picked Texas to win. Uh, the person that won the shirt hate to say this, fucking chicken. Chicken had 24-16. 24-16. So whenever you see Mr. Chicken, let him know I need his size so I can send him his shirt. Chicken won the coaches talk white t-shirt or black or gray, whichever one he wants. Just let him know whenever you guys see Chicken, man. Tell him to be sure. I'll be on probably Tuesday night and everything, man. So he can come on Tuesday night on the show and give me his size for his shirt and everything, man. But my score, man, that I have is 35-24. Ohio State.
Dude, the video, Ryman says,
Mm,
dude, the video paused while Mike was knuckle deep in that left nostril. It unfroze faster than I could screenshot it.
dude, you crazy. You make it hold on, what? He said, that's
Oh,
awesome.
my.
You make it a collar shirt and I will wear that to the office. Hey, all right. Don't tempt me, man, because you know I'll make it a polo shirt. I'll make it a polo shirt, man, and make it in pink. A pink polo shirt.
Oh,
Don't squeeze my left ass cheek too
oh,
much.
my God.
All right,
Don't
man. I'm
squeeze my.
about to get up off here, man, so I can go
But,
ahead and watch the movie with the old lady. She wants to watch movies
yeah.
tonight.
Well, Coach, before you jump off here, tell everybody where they can find you, brother.
Hey, man, you can find me, man, on Instagram, man, at Coach Ricks3. You can find me on Twitter at Coach Ricks, and then you can also find me on YouTube, man, at Coaches Talk at Coach Ricks, man. Uh, Other than that, man, you can catch me here on Mike Legend Show, Sooner Legend Show, or you can catch me on Hall of Fame and with Jason every so often.
And y'all can catch me right here on YouTube at Sooner Legends Podcast, or you can catch me on Twitter at Okie Cowboy 1969. Guys, we thank y'all for tuning in, Coach. Always good seeing you.
You too, man. Lemon man, crazy. He said, you know the best thing about coming out of retirement back to the office, they know they can't fire you to hurt you. You stupid, man. You stupid. Hey
Well,
man,
listen, guys,
y'all have a good night, man. Much love, much respect, and everything, man. Legend, man. Like always, my boy. I'll see
my
you,
boy.
man, probably tomorrow or Tuesday. But
Yep,
until then, horns down. Hold on.
horns down.
Horns down. Uh Benji, if you're in here, horns up. But you know, I'll turn them some bitches sideways, and then one more time, and then they down. Peace out, guys. Y'all have a
Peace
good
out,
night,
y'all.
man.